On ESPN.com today, there was a straw poll taken, Sinead just referred to it, of MVP voters, and it looks like a two-person race between Embiid and Giannis, but let's look at the current odds. They tell us it's a three-person race, as Sinead just mentioned, with Nikola Jokic, also with a good chance. What's your take on the MVP race right now?
Well, it's interesting to see how voters in the betting market view the MVP race. Clearly, voters see Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid as the top two players. But when you look at the betting market, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's plus 350. He's right up there. He's leading the league in points per game. On top of that, they're only 2 games back from that number 1 spot in the Eastern Conference. He's played the majority of the season without Brook Lopez. And of course, you want to look at a team's record because that's crucial to winning this award as well. And as for the Bucks, they're unfortunately going to have the 6th toughest schedule remaining. The Sixers have the 8th toughest schedule. And then you have the Nuggets. They have the easiest schedule remaining. So personally for me, I still have my eye on Joel Embiid. I know we're not getting him at the value at 50-1, which is what I talked about back in January, which is crazy to see how far these odds have come down. But they could continue to go down and flip to minus money over the next couple of weeks, especially if Embiid continues to play the way he is playing.
Erin, let's look at the odds to win the NBA title. Right now, the Nets are, this is weird, plus 550 to win it, but they're also plus 230 to miss the playoffs. What's going on with the Nets market?
I know, isn't this wonky? I've been talking about this. I feel like the odds makers are really going off one thing and one thing only, and that's potential. It's crazy to see they're only 2 spots behind the Suns and the Warriors, respectively, at plus 550. Now, those odds had lengthened during that 11-game losing streak. I know the Brooklyn Nets, they just ripped off 2 wins, but at the same time, we don't really know what's going on with the team cohesively. You have Kyrie, who's playing only on the road. KD is still injured. Yes, you have Ben Simmons potentially coming back into the lineup, but we're not sure exactly when. James Harden is now going to be playing for the Philadelphia 76ers. The odds are all over the map. To win the NBA title again, 550. They're also favored to win the East, but then to win the division, they're plus 900 behind the Sixers, Celtics, and Raptors. They're all over the map for me, so I'm personally going to stay away from the Brooklyn Nets because it looks like a lot of potential, but I want to make sure I see something on the floor first.
Yeah, I get it, though, because last year in the playoffs, the eventual champs were taken right down to the wire. Harden really didn't play. He wasn't Harden. And it was Kyrie half the time, like for half the games. And so if you get Kyrie for half the games and you have KD, Joe Harris was no good anyway, and now they have Seth Curry. I can see what they're thinking, but it is wonky, as you said. Thank you, Erin. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.